And here we are about to get on the pitch finally. Going to be the side of MSU playing against Saints varsity. CRL last chance qualifier. Saints getting the bye in round one. MSU toppling Temple to make it to this point. And now the Saints run to CRL begins yet again.
Yeah, MSU already had to, go through a few games. They actually were down 1-0 in that series. And, they win the 2 in a row to make it back, keep themselves in the winner's bracket. Here from MSU, we got Zed, we got JJ, and we got Zach coming up against the Saints starting 3 today. Kamal, Spoods, and Christian. Quint still available, we've been informed, but these are going to be your 3 Saints for the foreseeable future today. As so far, some back and forth from both.
Yeah, we've seen some decent cracks in the net, and talking about Quint being there, so they decided maybe little lineup change last week. Didn't quite go as planned. They played extremely well last week, but that's the beautiful thing about having a deep roster. You can kind of, plug and play people when you might see a good matchup or you might see a good fit. So the Saints, as you said, going to go with that lineup for today, and MSU, we've seen both teams already threatening a little bit across this goal line.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, not too many shots on net, but for sure a lot of pressure. It just seems like not a lot of crazy passing plays to, really break down these defenses. A lot of times there's been 1 or 2 players in these net ready for the saves. Christian taking one high over Zed there, but he's not able to really set it up for him.
Yeah, didn't have any boost, unfortunately. The Saints got to try to get the second touch there. Not going to quite get the delivery, though. Spoods back to the defensive end to try to play this rotation. Christian's going to be the first man there. Ball will get chipped, but Spoods going to be there to hang now and maybe go try to make a play. Doesn't really have a lot of boost, though, but it's going to end up with the shot on net. Z going to walk away with, I believe, the first save of the game.
This is just the classic game 1 so far. Just feel out the opponents, get your bearings, kind of, getting ready. Saints, we're hoping they're warm coming into this one, but I mean, it is your first game of the day. You got to get some momentum going to start it off. That's how you want to kick off your CRO qualifiers, but yeah, so far, very passive game for both teams. There's a roller.
Those are always a little frightening, and yeah, that can be the tough thing with having, Spoods almost get the solo dolo there, but that can be the hard thing is that Michigan State, they've already had that CRO rub, and Kamal will bury it, and just like that, I was going to say the Saints, maybe they're got to get the rust off because they haven't played, they've been scrimming in the back for the last hour or so by getting that CRL, that intensity level up, but just like that, they are going to find first, they're going to draw first strike there.
Yeah, scrims are one thing to get you warmed up, but I think game 1 is the true warm-up in my opinion. Regardless of what game, what league you're playing, it really comes down to when the pressure is on, when the game's on the line, and with the Saints now having a 1-goal lead game, you got to be feeling better. You got to be feeling much easier coming into this last 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, winning and scoring is the cure-all, as we affectionately say. And so far, the Saints, individual effort. Christian get a body bag. 2 members on the goal line. Gonna go weight room on that one. Gonna walk it in there. Beautiful play. Didn't look like he maybe had that much on it, but quick little reset. Nice little flick and see. Yeah, not able to get there. Look at 151 kilometers. An absolute missile.
Yeah, Christian sending it straight into Zed there, who is gonna knock it into his own net. Just barely not the right angle for that save. And now that the Saints have a 2-goal lead, they've got much more time to play with here, and they can kind of relax for a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to say let's start maybe limit testing this early in game 1, but at least you kind of get a feel for, how you want to play together, especially having the 3. I'm sure these 3 have played together plenty, especially scrims in different leagues over time, but it's always nice to get that early start, jump out to an early hot start. You don't want to be down in the dumps early on, and especially you don't want to make your way down to that loser's bracket, especially before you have to, considering who we might see later on. So want to play as strong as you can, and just like that, Spoods and Kamal there for the hookup, and now I think that's 2 goals for Kamal already, so the Saints off to a blistering start on this Sunday.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes were probably some of the most even back and forth Rocket League I've seen in a while.
Boring?
And then
not that boring, I know.
But just slow, feeling it out, and now the Saints seem to have found a couple gaps in the defenses here.
Oh,
push through, and
wow.
The fourth so close, but Zed is there on the defense. Kamal already setting it back up towards the middle. JJ missing that aerial high, but Zach's able to send it back out to the corner. They're trying to clear it out here, but Saints are just so good at keeping it in this blue zone. Look at this.
Yeah, the defensive rotations are, exactly like you said, the ball, even though it's bouncing off of every single wall, it always seems to find its way back in front of that blue side net, and the Saints, Boots, little try to get the reset there, going to dodge through one, is going to get the second touch there, trying to find his teammate in the corner. ball might get stolen here. Shot is going to come through. Will get denied by Zach, but across the goal line, second touch, not going to be found there by the Saints. They will send a third man to the ball, though, so constant rotations and constant pressure and constant goals. A hat trick for Kamal to start things off on Sunday here.
That is how you want to start CRL Sundays. The Saints are showing they are coming in here hungry from last week.
Yep.
They are taking that CRL league spot today.
Yeah, you have to have the take no prisoners mentality today, even though I don't think goal differential means anything as far as qualifying. Only the top seed gets it. But hey, if you want to show the CRL what you're made of and you want to start to, maybe instill some fear into some of these teams later on, this is exactly the way to start. 4 on the day for Kamal on his 6th shot in the Saints right now. Just getting it done every way to Sunday, and it looks like game 2 will be on the horizon shortly.
Kamal just flying in full boost. These aerial shots hitting the mark 4 out of 6 times. That's a pretty, I'm not doing the math right now, but that's a pretty high percentage of shots.
Yeah, I can't count too high, but 4 goals seems like a lot to me.
Yeah. I can only count 5 fingers, but 6 shots, that's too many for me.
Saints are still looking for another goal here. Spoods playing this, and you can see they're playing a little more aggressive now. Spoods was cheating way above that middle line as the last man, so they kind of feel like they have game 1 in the bag. They're just kind of waiting to see if MSU can maybe make some kind of comeback, find a couple shots in net, but honestly, I think MSU might only have 1 registered shot, and I don't think we've seen a demo yet the entire game, which might be the most shocking stat of all.
Yeah, especially coming off, I think the last, what was it, Academy Rocket League.
Infinite demos.
I think we saw a demo every other second. Wow, Michigan State really trying to battle it out there in the crease. I think we just saw 4 or 5 saves come off, and there it is. Spoods' 5th shot of the game. He is going to find the one there. 3 assists on him, though. He's really playing that supportive role today.
And that's the thing with Spoods. He's like, he can find the goals when necessary, but he's going to basically getting like, the guy that plays the point guard, I like to call it. He's going to have like a triple-double, but only have like 10 or 11 points. He just feeds the team, gets it done defensively, and then when he's called upon to get those goals, able to find it. And just like that, off the kickoff, bar down, not going to find it. Second touch comes through. 5 on the day for Kamal and the Saints. Not quite in Brazil. They still have the O on the board, but wow, a picture-perfect start to CRL if you're them.
Yeah, bar down from Spoods, and then he's not able to hit it, so Kamal said, all right, hold my beer. I'm going to come get it for you. That's 5th goal for Kamal this game, and I believe 7th shot.
Yeah, I think the Saints might be at 15 or 16 shots, and if I'm them, I honestly would want to hold this shutout just to, it looks like a nice round even number, though. MSU still trying to threaten and find this last goal, but careening into the corner will get touched down, and just like that, in dominating fashion, the Saints take game 1 over MSU 7-0.
Yeah, that is going to be your first game, and when we see this scoreboard, wow, just look at that, shots on net. That is going to be 15 shots total from the Saints, with 7 of those going to be goals, 5 of them found by Kamal. Kamal is coming in hot today, Jobin.
And that was 7 saves from the side of MSU, so you can imagine if they only make maybe 3 of those saves, that could be a very, very, we might have been looking at double digits or something far worse. So MSU, credit to them, they played good defense for the first half of the game, but once the Saints kind of found that, once they cracked the pipe there, it just started to burst all over. And MSU, they have to find some way to battle back because, yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah, and I want to come back to Spoods for a sec, because we started talking about him after he found that goal, but we didn't really get to see some of the stuff and point out how he's really been the player from the Saints today to battle it out in these corners there and make those clears. And we talked so much about how Saints keeping it in that blue side for so long, and Spoods was a big part of that. Just playing that half court, or playing that half field, I guess. And, just keeping it in that blue side, clearing it when needed. There's the first demo of the series.
There we go. Now the series has officially started. And yeah, just a good point about Spoods. He's one of the most selfless Rocket League players I think I've ever watched, ever casted. He's like a glue guy, willing to do whatever it takes to win. He has the ability to go get those flashy goals, to make those incredible offensive plays, to maestro the ball down the field. But he's always just hung on that back line, going to go dig it out of the corner, make the right play at the right time, and just again, here, as we're going to see, out of the corner, going to set it to the front of the net, waiting for a second member to come, bar down, not going to find it, so great pass and great shot, but just not going to get on the board quite yet.
Yeah, and we're seeing some pretty heavy commits here from the Saints, but with everyone being full boost, I mean, they've got the resources to do it, they've got the resources to rotate back when you need it. Spoods been sitting at 100 boost almost all game here. Finally going to use some of that. Kamal finds the first one, just sneaks past Zed there in the net. And once again, set up by Spoods.
Yeah, beautiful pass, and Kamal just dialing in the scope there. Look at the precision, top left corner. Pretty much unsavable. Literally put that one where the goalie just couldn't get to in time, and beautiful goal if you're the Saints. It's really good to see those passing plays coming online so early. Those picture-perfect shots coming online so early. It's exactly the kind of start you want, but we still got a few minutes to play. They're going to try to threaten again, but they still got a lot of time to close out here.
I really thought they were going to hit us with another.
I thought so too, yeah.
I thought the Saints were trying to be a little slick off of that kickoff, and, you know, they tried it, but JJ on the defense this game. Michigan trying to get something set up here. Putting a lot of pressure down. Setting it right up down the middle. Spood's going to meet it high. A lot of time in the Saints zone.
A favorable bounce back for the side of MSU. They maybe gather control here for the time being, but that's been the biggest thing. MSU seems like, probably because of the Saints defense, they can't really get full possession of the ball. They can't really create these passing plays and like get these second, third chance opportunities, but they might not need a second and third chance. Spoods is going to deny JJ on the goal line though, so MSU, golden opportunity. Spoods going to shut the door to that one. Is going to get full boost out of the corner here. Spoods taking it himself. Double touch off the crossbar, not going to bury it, but an excellent individual play, and the Saints got to get this rotation back on D to hold this lead.
Yeah, maybe we do just got to see Spoods battle it out in the corner, because I feel like he's hit the crossbar about 4 times now. You know, just a little bit high today from Spoods, but we did see the one goal from him last game. One goal this game, only being on Kamal. We saw a lot more action by this point.
Yeah, and I think both teams are kind of struggling to get possession. That was that was a corker toward the net, not going to end up falling. That one bar down, and the second touch is going to go. Kamal and Christian are going to find the net there, and now the Saints going to increase that lead to 2. And look at Kamal, he's been doing such a good job taking to the skies recently, finding those angles, and Christian there to tap that one home. So now a 2-0 lead with 2:14 to play, and the Saints looking to try to close this one out and move on.
Yeah, the aerial play from Kamal, probably a highlight of his game today. Speaking of which, Kamal getting demoed by Zed once again. Zed's still the only player to have found any demos in this series.
And listen, I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it. You got to go for it when you can. There's the third on to Spoods, and that was close to a goal for MSU there, but Christian in net to save it. Kamal now, that's an open net.
What an angle.
Can you rotate? No, you cannot. Kamal, second of the game there for him. Beautiful shots today from Kamal.
Look at, he is doing such a good job at look at another unsavable shot. I don't know what you would do to adjust that. He's just, that left side of the net, he's got those angles down. We've been seeing that, like, the last couple weeks, I feel like I've been seeing, like, incredible off-angle goals from both the Saints and a bunch of other teams. I don't think there's, like, new Rocket League tech or anything, but some of these goals have been incredible. Speaking of incredible, Christian almost getting it done there on the breakaway, but MSU gonna hold serve for the time being. Ball will get denied there in the Saints' end, so Saints here, they have a pretty fat lead as far as things go, and they just want to probably try to ride out this clock at this point.
Some of these opportunities, it really looks like MSU's about to get something going.
I know, it's so close.
And it's Kamal or Christian just in that net, ready, or like I said, Spoods in the corner battling it out. We see he's going for the clear right now already, sending it back towards that blue zone. JJ forced to be on that rotation, fill up some boosts again. Kamal taking it high, and seems like he's just going to switch sides here.
Christian getting him with a little high-low there. Maybe they'll find the touch there. Great defense there by Z. Going to get that one off the backboard. Great, going to get the steal as well. So maybe this one ends up in the Saints' net if nobody can get there. Spoods will get there for the save, though. That one is crawling pretty slow, so not too surprising. Double commit is going to come through, but it will go the right way. And off the double commit, Christian is going to find the back of the net. Yet another goal for the Saints, and 4-0 with 45, 0-0, 4-4-4 on the clock there. It looks like the Saints are more than likely going to close this one out.
Yeah, currently Saints looking to take this 2-0, and it's looking real plausible here. 44 seconds left. Michigan State have to have a crazy run right now to be able to keep themselves in this series, stop themselves from going to losers.
Yeah, it ain't over till it's over, but I'll tell you what, man, it's not looking pretty for MSU right now. They got to really dig deep, and they got to find a goal in the next 5 seconds here. And with the ball, considering it's on their goal line right now, slowly walking across, it's going to be tough to find it. The Saints pretty much gather possession 1 or 2 more times, knock this ball into the ground, and then it will end up being GG. Maybe Kamal tries to find one more. Try to go with the up and under over JJ. Not going to quite find home, but the Saints just putting that pressure on, going to kill the clock out here, and they're going to move on in CRL Sundays to kick off the day.
Yeah, I want to see a stat of time spent of the ball in Michigan's zone.
Oh, what an angle again.
Wow.
Kamal with his third of the game. That's going to be, I think, his 8th goal of the series. And once again, I cannot emphasize it enough. This guy is just doing mathematics on the fly. Once again, literally right into the corner on the opposite end this time. So 1 second on the clock. Saints not done yet, but they will walk away with a statement win over MSU to start off CRL Sundays.
Yeah, he finds out with 1 second left on the clock, too.
Yeah.
That's just salt in the wound right there, if anything.
Yeah, the Saints, listen, a CRL Sunday, there can be no mercy. And I think they realize that every team, they're coming for throats. They want to take that top spot. They want to make sure, like, hey, we want our school to be at the top. We want to make it to the end of this bracket. We want to show why we belong there. And the Saints, they started off last week pretty similarly, but definitely a good foot to start out on.
I mean, if you're Kamal coming into today, finding 8 goals in your first series, taking it 2-0. Not only that, series shutout there from the Saints. That is a great way to start off your qualifier. And they're going to be moving on in that winner's bracket as Michigan State falls down to the losers as their second game of the day, or their second series of the day. And yeah, we're going to have to take a quick break.
Yes.
Find out who our next opponent is. Let the
gauntlet get thrown
bit.
down.
Yeah, exactly.
Having, Spoots almost get the solo dolo there, but that can be the hard thing is that Michigan State, they've already had that CRL rub, and Kamal will bury it, and just like that, I was going to say the Saints, maybe they're got to get the rust off because they haven't played, they've been scrimming in the back for the last hour or so, but getting that CRL, that intensity level up, but just like that, they are going to find
into this last minute.
Yeah, winning and scoring is the cure-all, as we affectionately say. And so far, the Saints, individual effort. Christian gonna body bag 2 members on the goal line. Gonna go weight room on that one. Gonna walk it in there. Beautiful play. Didn't look like he maybe had that much on it, but quick little reset. Nice little flick and see. Yeah, not able to get the dumps early on. Especially, you don't want to make your way down to that loser's bracket, especially before you have to, considering who we might see later on. So, want to play as strong as you can, and just like that, Spoots and Kamal there for the hookup. And now I think that's 2 goals for Kamal already. So the Saints off to a blistering start on this Sunday.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes